Girl, he only fucked you over cause you let him. Girl, I guess he didn't know any better. Girl, that man didn't show me ever. Do all I can just to show you you're special. Certain it's your love that holds me together. You say he been killing the...
What's going on, everyone? And today we are bringing you guys some more Fortnite content. In this video, we're going to give you our top tips on how to win more games. Keep in mind, although many of these tips will make you a better player, not all of them are geared specifically towards making you better, but more towards simply winning more games. Alright, so starting at tip number 1. Our first tip to you guys in order to win more Fortnite games is to get really good with the shotguns. As you can see in this clip, we are going to get a massive amount of kills right off the bat, simply because we have practiced and gotten great with the shotguns. To put it into perspective, almost all close range battles in Fortnite are won using shotguns, so learning how to use these guns effectively will drastically skyrocket your win count. Moving on to tip number 2, we have picking desirable spots to land. Landing at places like Tilted Towers and the new Dusty Divot, which are hotspots on the map, will help you get better at the game, but it will also certainly hurt your chances of winning. This is because you have to fight through nearly twice the number of players, and your chances of dying as a result of not getting a gun are much higher. Instead, consider going to places like Pleasant Park, Retail Row, and Salty Springs. These places have a decent amount of players for you to get combat experience and loot from, but on top of that, they also give you a good chance at surviving as well. At tip number 3, we have learning how to ramp rush, but also defend from ramp rushing. In Fortnite, ramp rushing can often give you a huge advantage over your opponents if done correctly, but those who also know how to properly defend against ramp rushers have a very high chance of countering that ramp rusher and coming out on top. We highly recommend watching Monster D-Face's video on ramp rushing, which will be linked in the description below. Next, we have tip number 4. If you want to win more often, it is extremely important that you get into the habit of building 4 walls and a roof around yourself whenever you are going to pop any shields or healing supplies. The amount of games that I have lost as a result of not covering up while potting up, and then seconds after getting sniped in the head, are too many to count. Doing this will ensure that you are protected while healing up, and at the very least, it will give you time to react if there is someone shooting at you. Tip number 5 is to spend hours practicing your building and editing. The clip being shown now will demonstrate exactly why I say this. The only reason why I won this fight was because when I got put into a sticky situation, I turtle up in a 1x1 and then edit my way out and build myself a better position to fight with. From there, I simply applied the first tip and used my shotgun skills to take them out with one clean hit. Moving on is tip number 6. When trying to go for the win, it is strongly advised that you do not try to take every fight that you see. When you feel like you are prepared and able to win a fight, then it is probably best to take it. Although, you must really think it through if there is a fight that you know you can avoid. Sometimes it is best to just play it safe. Tip number 7 is just to simply play more games. Although it sounds obvious, the more games you play, the more experience you will gain. Over time, you will learn how to make better decisions, your aim will get better, you'll be able to build faster, and you will just simply become a much better overall player. And that sure does help when trying to win. Simply put, play more. Practice makes perfect, and the pros wouldn't be where they are if they didn't practice. At tip number 8, we suggest that you watch good players' live streams and videos. Personally, I have gotten much better by watching other professionals play. That is surely one of the main reasons why I'm at where I am right now. If you want to start watching live streams of good players, then definitely head on over to our Twitch account where we stream mostly every weekend. The link will also be in the description below, and it's in your best interest to go over, drop a follow, and watch whenever we are live. We guarantee it will help you out a ton. Watching better players allows you to see what they do that you don't, and how they handle situations, so when you find yourself in one similar, you know exactly what to do. We also interact with fans live on there, so be sure to go check it out and drop a follow. Our next tip for you is to think out every decision that you make. Before making a decision in-game, try to think of all the possibilities and what would happen once you decide to make that choice. Oftentimes, this can help you save yourself from making a poor choice that would have easily gotten you killed. Acting impulsively is dangerous, so always think first. On top of that, when you die and lose a game, think about why that happened and what you could have done differently in order to survive in that situation. Next is to play more solo games than duos or squads. Solos are great for getting more wins and becoming a better player for many reasons. First of all, Solos are easier because each fight is a 1-on-1, not a 2-on-2 or a 4-on-4. This means that you will for the most part only have to worry about killing that one person and not trying to carry your other teammates and revive them if they die, which can also put you in risky situations too. If you're simply going for more wins, solo games are the way to go. We aren't saying don't play with your friends, but if you really want to win and are able to play alone without receiving hate from your friends, then definitely play more solos. Lastly, we recommend finding a sensitivity and the keybuttons that you feel comfortable with. Fortnite can be very difficult when you are playing with a sensitivity that is either too high or too low for you. Most Fortnite players like to play with a low sensitivity like me, although never, and I mean never, simply use a certain sensitivity because another good player uses it. Sensitivity is something that is completely preference, and the same goes for keybinds. Myth is one of the best builders in all of Fortnite, but his keybinds seem quite strange in the eyes of many other players. This just shows that it doesn't matter what you use as long as you can perform well with it. That's that for today's video, and hopefully you can apply these tips to your Fortnite games and start to win more. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below. And also, let us know whether or not these tips are helping you to either win more or place higher in your games. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.